You are no longer of any use to me. Let us get divorced. I will get all the retirement money. I'm sure it will be about more than 250,000 US dollar. You don't intend to take a cut of it, do you? What he said astounded me. It's your fault. You skip houseworks, make excuses, and being an arrogant wife. I see. Then, please send me the divorce papers as soon as possible. What? My husband looked confused, as if he didn't think I'd accept the divorce so easily. Oh, here are the divorce papers. I took the divorce papers and quickly filled in my section. Then, as I was walking away, I told my husband, "Oh yes, here, make sure you check this out." As soon as I showed him this, my husband began to look pale. My name is Karen. I am a housewife, 6 years old. Mike, my 40-year-old husband, is 5 years older than me, and we are on the verge of divorce. My husband and I met at work. I had just graduated from junior college, then joined the company. My husband worked there. We were assigned to join the same department, and my husband took on the role of my trainer. He was tall and looked youthful, just the way I liked. I was young and had been attracted to older men. So when we started dating, I was overjoyed. After a while, I discovered I was pregnant, and we married. Our daughter was born. We became parents. I quit the job, and as a dedicated housewife, I did my best to support our family, particularly child raising and housework. My husband loved our daughter so much. I'm going to work hard for her, and he focused on his job. Our daughter grew up well, and our first son was born when she was 4 years old. We were blessed with 2 children, a girl and a boy, and we lived a very happy life. My daughter enjoyed picture books and drawing, while my son showed interest in sports and other physical activities. I couldn't afford to provide them expensive services like painting classes. Instead, I bought them a lot of picture books, let him join a local youth baseball team. I did everything I could for them. Every day, I made lunch and dinner for the kids and my husband. Since both of my children joined club activities, I was the one to pick them up and drop them off by car for field trips. As a result, I spent my days doing the daily housework all by myself. Time passed so quickly, and my children became adults. I think I've been doing a great job so far, working hard without a break. My husband, on the other hand, worked and earned money but never helped housework. He didn't even wash the dishes, as far as I know. Well, he didn't look so arrogant at home, so it was fine with me. My daughter then turned 22, graduated from college, and found work. My son followed her, finished college, and found work. I felt relieved when I was able to send my children out into the world, knowing that I had fulfilled my role as a parent. I was 48 at the time, and my husband was 53. We decided to make the most of our second life, spending time on our hobbies, travel, and a variety of other activities. We were able to spend time together as a couple for the first in a long time. And I believe we had a fulfilling time as a couple who got along reasonably well. I expected to continue spending my days with my husband, However, as my husband turned 60, something strange began to happen. It was a little thing that triggered this. I've been trying to say this to you for a long time. But are you bad at cooking? What? What made you say that out of nowhere? I get bored with the same kind of dishes every time. What makes you say that now? Until now, you never complained about it at. Besides, I've been trying to come up with a variety of dishes that you'd enjoy. There are simply too few options. You must have had plenty of time to get better at this, but why? Then let me ask you, have you ever cooked even once? I've been cooking every day while caring for the children. I believe I deserve some words of gratitude from you. Oh, come on. Don't get mad at me like that. We're just having a conversation. I'm not upset. It's because you started saying something strange. Hey, don't get serious. I'm tired of this. Let us end. He was the one to start. What was that all about? That was the end for that day. Since then, he began to frequently complain about the housework, not only about dishes. Are you sure you cleaned this part? The entire space is dusty, don't you think? You're not even very good at cleaning. I'm doing fine. Besides, you cannot completely remove dust. It's impossible. You always make such excuses. You're only becoming good at making excuses. My husband keeps complaining no matter what I do. Why does he keep interrupting me? He has never done any housework. Why doesn't he do it himself if he doesn't like what I do? He never tries to do things by himself for some reason. He eventually began complaining about everything I did. And it became absurd for me to take housework seriously, so I stopped. I assumed that my husband would be at home all the time once he retired. So I thought it would be a good idea to get him used to doing houseworks. This, however, seemed to irritate my husband even more. Isn't it that our dinner is getting too simple these days? Really? Well, you should become accustomed to this way of life, considering our near future. Are you going to make me eat this kind of food every day after I retire? I used to make 2 good dishes. I'll have to think about saving money from now. You just want to keep it easy, don't you? Well, he was right at that point. Make dinner once more right now. I'm not going to eat this. Don't be ridiculous. I don't have any more ingredients to make another one. Then go out and get it. Hey, something has gone wrong with you recently. Why are you complaining about my housework? You never complained this before. It's my fault for spoiling you up to this point. That's why I'm being strict right now. I'm not sure what you're saying. I was confused because I really didn't understand what my husband was up to. Was he becoming more angry as he approached 60, or was this a symptom of an illness? I decided to consult with my son and daughter because I was concerned. They are both in their 40s, married, and have children. My husband's father-in-law is 67 years old, but I've never heard of him becoming more irritable with age. Well, I suppose it depends on the individual's personality. Dad didn't do housework for a long time, but he never looked arrogant. I recall him playing with me quite a bit. That's all I remember. You took care of the house and everything for us, isn't that right, Mom? That's correct. Now that I have my own child, I realize how much work you had to do on your own. Thank you, both of you. Is something wrong with our dad? Perhaps he's having an affair or something? Don't be a moron. He can't possibly be having an affair. He's rich at the age of 64. Sorry, I was just kidding around. Don't worry about it. You are welcome to come see me whenever you are upset. I'm sure my kids will appreciate your presence. Come see me as well. My sons will be delighted to see you. Thank you so much. You too. I was overjoyed that my children has grown up to be loving and dependable parents. Although I was not paying attention to what my son was saying at the time. I was strangely intrigued by what he was saying. He was about to retire, but he occasionally arrives home late from work. No way. Just in case, I requested an investigation to an agency, and as I had not expected, it turned out that my husband betrayed me. His partner was a single woman who appeared to be a few years younger than me. I had assumed that he was not having an affair, but I was astounded to discover that he was. My husband immediately made me sick. Maybe it would be more accurate to say I was disgusted. When I told my son and daughter about it, they were both disappointed. My son was shocked. What I said at random has come true. Divorce was an only option in my mind. I decided to look for a new apartment as soon as possible. This was to make sure I have a place to live in case he kicked me out home. Most of real estate agencies were reluctant to rent rooms to me because of my age, so I had a difficult time finding a room. It took some time, but I was able to make a contract and a new apartment. That was fortunately around the time my husband was about to retire. Finally, my husband's retirement date arrived. As soon as he got home from work, my husband called me into the living room. What? What would you like to discuss? Well, come sit here. When I sat in front of him, he grinned. You are no longer of any use to me. Let us get divorced. I will get all the retirement money. I'm sure it will be about more than $250,000 US. You don't intend to take a cut of it, do you? What he said astounded me. It's your fault. You skip houseworks, make excuses, and being an arrogant wife. I see. Then please send me the divorce papers as soon as possible. What? Divorce, right? Aren't you surprised? I said divorce. What's the matter? Do you want a divorce or not? Make it clear. Yes, I want a divorce. And the retirement money will be all mine. There will be no property division, I see. My husband looked confused as if he didn't think I'd accept the divorce so easily. Oh, here. Here are the divorce papers. I took the divorce papers that my husband had already filled out and quickly filled in my section. Well, I'll file it tomorrow. Then I started packing my belongings. Are you leaving right now? Do you have a place to go? Do you have to ask that to someone leaving? No, it's just that I felt you said yes so quickly. I ignored him and continued packing my belongings. I finally finished packing and removed the suitcases from the house. I told my husband, who appeared uneasy in the living room. Okay, I'm leaving. Oh, I see. You got ready so quickly. Oh, yeah, take a look at this. This is an evidence of your affair. I'll consult with my lawyer about alimony and other issues. What? My husband became pale as I placed the evidence photos and investigation results on the table. Bye. Thank you for everything so far. Bye. He was stunned and motionless, and he couldn't hear what I was saying. I had a glance at him and laughed a little. Then I relocated to my new home. Since then, I received dozens of incoming calls and emails from my ex-husband. I ignored all of them, as I had stated. I filed an alimony claim through my lawyer against both the ex and the partner having an affair with him. My ex-husband was probably planning to leave me as soon as he retired and remarry her. He must have intentionally stressed me at every opportunity to make me want divorce. However, I don't believe he ever imagined the affair would be revealed. My ex-husband was upset, according to my lawyer, because he was charged with alimony. I said I did not want a share of the property because I was also working sometimes and earning money. In fact, my family owns a kimono store and runs a dressing school. My parents had taught me how to dress and dress in the traditional manner since I was a child. And even after I became a housewife, I was a temporary instructor at the dressing school. My ex-husband might have assumed I was simply assisting my parents. In fact, in addition to my work as a kimono dressing instructor, I was asked to dress for some events, such as weddings, for which I was paid well. When I had children, I used the money for school fees and supplies, but after I finished raising them, I started to save it for my retirement. I saved money little by little and became large. To be honest, my ex-husband did not get promoted in the company at all. He mentioned $250,000 US, but I don't believe he received that much saved from retirement. I believe he did less than my savings. If he were alone, he could live in retirement, but if he were to get remarried, it would be difficult. Furthermore, it's more likely that alimony will be paid from the retirement, which should make things even more difficult. My children later told me about my ex-husband. It seems his partner told him this. I thought I could live off your retirement funds, but that wasn't the case. You said you didn't have to pay the alimony. After all, she did it for his money. The ex-husband is a truly miserable man. The ex-husband, who is now single and alone, invited his children to live with him, but they declined. Who will take care of a man who betrayed his family? As a result, my ex-husband became completely lonely. About me, I'm living a simple life in my new home, enjoying my hobbies and traveling. I've been busy preparing for my new job as a kimono dressing instructor. I see my daughter and son's families on a regular basis, going out to lunch and occasionally traveling with them. I'm grateful that even though I live alone, I don't have time to feel lonely, and I want to continue to treasure each and every day of my life. Thank you for sticking with me until the end. Please give us a high rating and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy it. I'll see you in the next video.